You made your quarterback switch at halftime?
Merry Christmas, by the way.
Same to you. You made your quarterback switch
Yeah.
at halftime?
Yeah, just try to spark the team. You know, I don't really have anything else to add on it. Just did it to try to spark the team. So.
What'd you say to Tommy?
So we're going to go with Tyrod. I know, made some plays. I mean, started out second half good. Obviously on that kickoff return, had an interception for the touchdown. I thought he made a great play on a high 7 route to Slay. But that was the reason for it.
What wasn't working in that first half?
I witnessed 20 points. We were 1-8 on third down.
What was the mechanics on the right before the spike there? You probably could have got 2 plays off, it seemed like, with the ball, with throw the Waller.
Yeah, Darren went down a little. He kind of went down, and he fought his way to get back to the huddle to stay in. So it would have been a 10-second runoff.
You have 2 games left. Where do you go now with your quarterback position?
Yeah, well, I'm just worried about tonight here. We'll talk about that here this week.
You had said, though, that Tommy had earned it.
Yeah,
right?
so I made a spark. I don't really have anything else to add about it right now. I made a change to try to make a spark.
Dave, how much did Swift change that game for them?
He's a good player. He made some really good plays, some cutback plays, some bounce-out plays. Talked about him before the game. He's a good football player. I mean, they played well. Give them credit. Came down to the end and just quite didn't get it done.
You seem pretty riled up, sir. What in particular?
Yeah, because it was a competitive game. So you don't like to lose.
What did they tell you about the false start on John Michael Schmidt?
Yeah, you can ask those guys.
What did they tell you, then?
Yeah, you can ask the refs.
The play down the first half.
What's that?
The one down in the first half. The one that.
Yeah, I'd say with any official questions, you can ask those guys.
Did Bobby do what he was supposed to do there? Bobby Carrick at the end of the
Yeah, I mean they got a field goal out of it, so that was good. They got a field goal, not a touchdown.
The first half there with Tommy, you really didn't get the ball down the field at all. I think it was like 1.1 air yard for that. With Tyrod, you obviously were able to get the ball down the field. What was the difference there?
I'd have to look at the tape.
Were you, I mean, the team was in danger of getting blown out at halftime, obviously. Were you, after what has happened here in the past, were you really worried about the second half and, what might happen here?
What's that?
I mean, the team was in danger of getting blown out, obviously, at halftime, and it didn't happen. So, were you worried at halftime that, things could really get out of control here?
Worried at halftime?
Worried at halftime. Your team
Go in
was
and make
down
adjustments and
7.
come out. It's a 60-minute game. That's it.
How much does this sting to lose to these guys again? I know this is your 4th game against them now.
Yeah, competitive game. Give them credit.
Injury-wise, where do you stand?
Don't know.
Is Waller? I mean, is Darren okay?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't talked to the trainers yet, Charlotte.
How did you?
Merry Christmas.
How did you get the word? Tell me, what did Coach Daboll say to you, and when did he say it?
In the halftime break, told me he was going with me, and just go out there, do your thing, and be ready.
Did you feel like you were ready?
Yeah. I mean, I've said this from day one. Ever since 2011 when I got drafted, I treat, regardless of my position on the roster, I treat each and every day as if I'm the starter. The way I prepare mentally, physically, just my mindset going into a game. So yeah, I felt prepared. Obviously, it wasn't the outcome that we wanted, close, but ultimately, it wasn't the outcome we wanted.
The very last play, looked like you were directing traffic in the end
just
zone.
trying to
Tell
get
me
some,
about that.
trying to get some movement back there. I think it was a couple of flags that could have been thrown, but it's not my place. I'm here to play the game, and ultimately, we wasn't able to execute on that last play.
Who are you looking for? Was it one?
Oh, no, I wasn't. I mean, just trying to get a bunch of movement. I mean, obviously, on those type of plays, you just try to get a guy where you may possibly get him one-on-one, get him a chance to make a play. I think that their guys were kind of restricting our guys physically without saying too much from making those plays. But like I said, it's not our job to make the calls. It's our job to go out there and play.
In your experience, is that common that they kind of
let those last few plays kind of play out? As
I mean, that's what they say, but that's not fair. If it's a call, then call it. Like, it shouldn't be a last play mentality. If it's a call and if it's blatant, then it should be called. It should be honored just like it's the first play of the game.
Talk about the touchdown pass to Slayton. What happened? What did you see?
Yeah, we was able to get one of our levels concept, get Slayton up on the safety one-on-one. And I like that matchup as well as he does any day of the week.
One-on-one against the safety.
Yeah, and he made a great job of tracking the ball and staying in at the end as well, too. Obviously explosive for us, put us back in the game where we needed to. We needed a quick score right there. We needed a score. It just happened faster than many may have thought, but it was a good play by him. Great call by Cap.
How did you, overall, how would you assess your play?
I mean, at the end of the day, it wasn't a winning performance, so that's what I grade myself on. I think it was a lot of plays out there left on the field. Me personally, I think I was able to go out there and create some plays as well too. But it's a team sport, and ultimately, we failed at the ultimate goal, which was a win. So obviously, we're out of the playoffs, but it's still 2 more games to play, and we have to put our best foot. We have to learn from this game. We'll see these guys in 2 weeks. We come back out for these next 2 weeks and play our best ball.
Tyrod, Saquon in particular, for obvious reasons, frustrated to lose to these guys again.
For sure.
How much do you understand those feelings, even though it's not particular necessarily with you with the Eagles?
Yeah, no, I feel it. Obviously, second year here, we played them 3 times last year and it didn't go well for either of the games. But yeah, I mean, football, it's a lot of rivalries created in football. And obviously within the division, you play a team twice. You want to get the upper hand. You never want to feel like you're always on the losing end of it. So it's something that we, regardless of the situation, last game of the season when we play those guys, it's obviously something that we have to play for. Some people look at playoff situations when you're eliminated as nothing to play for, but that's not the case within the locker room. Every time you lace your cleats up and get a chance to go out there and play, obviously you're playing for the name that's on the side of your helmet, but you're also playing for your names on the back of your jersey too. It's a pride that you take to the field, and for these next 2 weeks we have to go out there and play with a sense of urgency, a high level of execution, and great energy.
You think you gave your team a spark, and do you hope that your number's called next week?
That's not my decision. My decision is to be ready when the number is called, and I think that I proved that tonight. And I'll continue to keep preparing, whether it's me moving forward, whether or not. I told y'all this before. My mood or my attitude doesn't change based on circumstances. I'm the same person, same leader each and every day, and I'll continue to keep being that way.
Sum up your night.
A little bit of a roller coaster, but wish we could have came out with the win in the end.
What did Coach Daboll tell you at halftime? What were his words to you? And how did you feel when he told you?
That he was going to go with Ty. He wanted to have a spark, a change needed to be had. And I mean, I understand it. It's business. We weren't doing great on offense in the first half. I'm not sure what the numbers were, but we're not scoring enough points. So a change was made, try to get a spark, and that was that.
What problems were they presenting to you in the first half?
I mean, again, I think it's more of an execution thing. On third downs especially. Obviously, we're taking care of the ball, doing that deal, but I think we just need to stay on the field. That's all it really is. Third downs.
How much do you learn? How much do you take away from an experience like this?
It's just constant reminder that it's a business. I mean, they're always going to try to find someone to replace you, whatever it is, but at the same day, it is a business. It's your job. I respect it. There's no, feelings one way or another. Listen, I was hoping Ty was going to go out there and ball, and we would win the game. I'm not, it's nothing more than that, but that's all it is.
What do you expect now for next week?
I'm not sure. I'm going to keep my routine the same. I'm going to work, watch the film, do all that, and then at the end of the day, it's not me or Ty's decision. It's up to the coaches.
What do you say to the idea that people say, hey, that fairy tale story's kind of come to an end here?
I mean, it's just work to me. I just go out and I've been trying to enjoy it every single day. I've said it before, I'll say it again, you never know which snap is your last. So I try to go out and make the most of every snap that I'm out there, and appreciative of every snap that I've had, and just try to keep going moving forward.
What did the Eagles do, Tommy, that made it difficult in that first
Like I said, I think it was more about us. They played hard. Their D-line played well. But then again, our offensive line and Saquon did well in the run game as well. So it's kind of a give and take there. That's what happens when you play against a good team. But there's nothing in particular that they did that was really stopping us more than ourselves.
Really
Because
weird.
I walked in a little bit late. When did you find out that you were getting benched? What was that conversation like? Or who told you?
Yeah, at halftime, Dave told me they were going to make the switch.
How did that make you feel?
I mean, as a competitor, it hurts, but at the same time, it's a business. So that's that.
Why do you think you weren't able to get the ball downfield at all? Was there anything you were seeing or anything they were specifically doing in that regard?
Yeah, they were playing big zone. They were not trying to let any of our receivers get behind them, especially early on. They were dropping out of everything and not letting anyone get behind them. That's all it was.
Do you learn anything from what you saw Tyrod do maybe the next time that you're in that situation?
Yeah, I mean, I have to go back and watch the film, but I feel, he's a good leader. I mean, that's all it is. We had a good start to the second half with the special teams, getting us all the way down there, and then O-line Saquon did a great job getting in, orchestrated by Ty. And then second one, we had a pick six, led to points, and then ultimately at the end of the game, he had a great shot with they played quarters, perfect look to the play we had called. So they ran a great route. Ty threw a dime for a huge touchdown. So yeah, I think he did a good job moving the ball, finding answers within what the defense was giving him, and I continue to learn every day throughout him and how he plays.
We'll take a few more.
Tommy Saquon is just, tired of losing to this team. He's been around, a long time now. Does he share any of that with you or with teammates before or I guess even after this game?
Yeah, he's frustrated, but I'm sure everybody else is frustrated as well, who have been in this locker room, I guess, before per se or for last year, where it hasn't gone our way. It's frustrating to lose to a team once, let alone a few times. So
What do you think of the
Last one.
I thought it was cool. Yeah, especially at first. I mean, they started off hot, so the crowd was into it, but it's a good atmosphere to play in.
Like I said, they got a lot of talented guys, a lot of guys that can create the ball in space or do things to create in space, and it just makes it a lot easier for him to operate, and it makes the offense a lot more efficient. And that's what it is. You got to tip your hats off to them, and as much respect to them.
After halftime, it seemed, did anything change from the first half to the second half? It seemed like you guys kind of solidified yourselves, in that second half.
It wasn't good enough to win, so, yeah.
Actually, there were points during this game, though, that you really had that offense stymied to the point where their fans were booing them. I mean, that had to be pretty satisfying at those moments, at least.
Not really. We were still losing, so I didn't think it was satisfying.
You kept yourself in the game.
Yeah, I mean,
give you a chance.
Yeah, during the time, yeah, but that don't got nothing to do with us because they booing they team. We were still down at the end of the day. We was just worried about trying to get stops and trying to score as a defense, but we didn't get the job done. So
Their last drive, Swift ran the ball, I think, 5 or 6 times, but then you did hold them to a field goal, which kept it a one-score game. That's kind of a double-edged sword on that drive, isn't it, defensively? Because you'd like to hold them and tilt the field, but you did hold them out of the end zone.
Yeah, we didn't do well enough in that department today, and obviously that last drive kind of killed us. They got a lot of runs that broke. So I don't know. We just had to do better, be better.
Well, finally, the Eagles and Giants always seem to have these real scraps. These are the kinds of games that the NFC East is made of. Do you look forward to playing them again in 2 weeks?
For sure. Look forward to playing them every time, but as of right now and the time that I've been here, it's not much of a scrap if you're losing all the time. So we just got to figure it out and try to turn the tide on them and try to win against them.
So I don't know if you know this, but the 69-yard touchdown catch, which made it a one-score game, was the longest of your Giants' career. Pretty explosive play and certainly had to give you guys a lot of energy.
Yeah, I mean, it was a heck of a throw by Tyrod. I mean, it was a bomb by him. I was able to run up under it and kind of get us in striking range right there.
I know you guys got some turnovers, but what was it about the offense that added that spark that allowed you guys to come back and make it a war?
I think that we got the run game going, which was big. We were able to break off some runs, which kind of helped open it up on the back end a little bit, and we started to play a better complementary football there down the stretch.
This rivalry between the Giants and Eagles, there have been so many real brutal games that come down to the end. Do you almost come to expect that it's going to end like this?
Yeah, I mean, we know we gonna fight. We know they gonna fight, and we expect it to be a 4-quarter game. And even though in the first half we got down a little bit there, we weren't discouraged. We knew we were going to find a way to get back in the game, and we were able to, and just weren't quite able to seal the deal at the end there.
You had about 70 seconds or so left on the final drive, no timeouts. Could you take me through that drive in terms of what you guys were talking about, what you were looking for?
Just trying to get chunks. At that point, you need at least 1 or 2 big plays to kind of get you in striking range, and you're obviously in between clocking the ball versus going hurry up and just snapping it fast. And I think we did a pretty solid job of operating for the most part, and we gave ourselves a chance at the end there and just came up a little short.
There was a lot of traffic in the end zone, a lot of bodies flying around and hitting the ground. I don't want to see you get in trouble, but I think there was a lot of contact. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I was running a route myself, so I didn't see what transpired, but based on the reactions, I'm sure there was some contact in the end zone, but ultimately that's at the discretion of the officials at that time, so it is what it is.
How, the way this game was back and forth, how frustrating was it you guys had the ball with a chance? Obviously, you didn't quite get over the hump there.
That's all you can ask for at the end of the day is a chance at the end to tie the ball game up, and you just got to do something with it. And at the end of the day, we didn't. So.
You think Tyrod gave you guys a spark?
He made the plays that were there available to him, and made some plays, gave us some momentum. I feel like he did well.
What kind of plays were you guys looking for with about 70 seconds to go and no timeouts to try to get the ball, downfield?
You got to get downfield, put some 50-50 balls up in the air. We were able to connect on one down there towards the end, but you gotta push it downfield.
Referring to the play when you had gotten knocked down, it looked like the officials didn't get the ball back spotted quickly. Saquon looked like he was pretty ticked off about it. Do you feel as though there was some I don't want to say sloppiness, but something there that cost you guys some seconds?
I wasn't really fully aware of the situation. I got my back smoked on that play, so I was trying to get up and rush off the field because they say if you get hurt, either run off the field or get set up. And so I didn't really see what the refs were doing. I was just trying to get lined up after they were waving me back on, so I didn't really see what the refs were doing.
This is your first taste of a Giants-Eagles game. I'm sure you've heard about it before. Did it live up to the kind of billing that you were told, like it's a sumo match?
Yeah, it's old school, for lack of a better term, just a physical, great hostile environment. Just a great place to play football.
Giants-Philly games over the years to know it's always going to be a tough war. Looked like it was another war out there today.
Yeah, I'm proud of the guys coming out of the second half. Obviously didn't start out the way we wanted to, but to go out there and keep fighting. There's no moral victories in football. Obviously we got to win the game, but I am proud of how the guys fought and just kept getting after it.
Got a couple of turnovers today, and offensively then you converted on them, and that's always a really good thing.
Yeah, our defense, made some huge plays for us. The pick six, swung the momentum of the game. Hats off to them. They made the plays down the stretch, and we were one play short.
The quarterback change, were you guys at all surprised when you came out in the second half and you saw that Taylor was in?
That's a Daboll question.
What about the final drive? You guys had a little over a minute to go. What were you trying to accomplish? Looked like you were able to move the ball, but not quite enough.
Yeah, we had a minute, no timeouts. We got down there as far as we could, took a shot at the end zone. Didn't go our way. That one hurts. There's nothing more I wanted than a win in Philly on Christmas. But we'll see them again in 2 weeks. They're a really good team, so it'll be another battle.
Like you said, there was no moral victory tonight, but it still has to feel good that you're coming back here to your hometown and have such a battle tonight where your teammates did not give up.
Yeah, that's a testament to the guys in the locker room and how much they care about each other, going out there and playing for each other. Obviously my family's all from here, and I know exactly what they were thinking going into the game. So to go out there and battle to the last play is a positive, but there's no more victories in the NFL. We get paid to win games, so we got to start winning these games.